She built an audience by selling a lifestyle, one rooted in discipline, self-worth, and the idea that you can become her. To understand why millions of people are listening to Tam Kaur, you have to look beyond the aesthetic and into what exactly her content is selling. We are looking at the high-value psychology that fueled her growth, the big system marketing that built her trust, and the exact blueprints she used to turn a YouTube channel into a million-dollar mindset. To understand the rise of Tam Kaur, you have to look past the surface-level aesthetics of her content and into the emotional architecture underneath it, the part that actually drives attention, loyalty, and repetition. She didn't just grow a YouTube channel, she built an emotion people could return to or subscribe to. At the center of her rise is a tightly packaged identity-based premise, which is discipline leads to self-worth and self-worth leads to transformation. In that framing, the viewer is never just watching content, they are being invited into a version of themselves that already exists but is not yet fully expressed. This is where the become her idea becomes powerful. It is not positioned as aspiration alone but as identity adoption. Her content often sits in what can be described as high-value psychology, a space where self-improvement advice is blended with emotional reinforcement. The messaging is less about isolated productivity tips and more about who you become when you adopt a certain mindset. That shift from do this to be this is a major reason her content spreads. It is easier to internalize identity than instruction. Another key layer is the big sister marketing dynamic.
I've said it so many times, nobody can ever have a valid opinion of you because nobody's lived your life, nobody has your mindset, nobody's gone through your journey. Everybody operates, speaks, acts, thinks from a place of their own personal history. People cannot give you advice from an accurate perspective of this is what's best for you. It's impossible because all they know is what they've been taught in their own life journey. And that's great for them. That actually means they're going to make the best decisions for themselves. Same with you. And yet if they know how to make their decisions for their life because they're basing it on everything they've been through, why are you relying on their mindset and their opinions for yours? It doesn't make sense. It's never going to accurately serve you.
Rather than positioning herself as a distant expert, she presents as relatable but slightly ahead, someone who has already navigated the confusion the audience is currently in. This creates a trust loop. Advice feels less like instruction and more like guidance from someone emotionally safe. In the digital space, this perceived closeness often converts more effectively than authority alone. The visual language of her brand are soft aesthetics, curated routines, and calm discipline. This reinforces the psychological message that consistency in tone and presentation signals stability, and stability is a strong currency in online self-improvement spaces where audiences are often overwhelmed or uncertain. What can be observed more reliably is not financial verification of the million-dollar mindset phrase, but the effectiveness of the underlying system. In that sense, her rise is less about a single viral moment and more about a repeatable psychological loop. You feel where you are, you see who you could be, you stay to bridge the gap. More than anything is what scaled her presence.